We are. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity. Namaste. Welcome. Like every Sunday, we are here together to open our hearts to the guidance and love of Spirit. As everything we do in Unity, we pray. Always, when we have a meeting, we pray. When we have to make a decision, we pray. Actually, we know that our thoughts are prayers. So I invite you, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes, take a deep breath. As we say together, thank you, Father, Mother, God. Thank you, beloved Spirit. As we gather together this morning to celebrate, to join, to hear the voice that talks for God, we open our hearts to your love, beloved God. We open our hearts to your guidance, clarity, joy. As we say, thank you, Holy Spirit. Amen. I am Reverend Johannes Jimenez Hartog. I'm the Senior Minister of Unity Namaste of Pajijic. And as you know, we have every month, we are blessed with having a minister in residence. So we get to join together to receive their personal blessings, their personal gifts, because God has given each one of us gifts to share and to expand. At this moment, I'm going to call our beloved treasurer of the board, which is Gary. Gary is going to read the daily word for us, today's daily word. So please, Gary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The title of Daily Word today is Protection. The power of God is true protection. Feeling spiritually protected is living with the awareness of inner light and strength. As I know this myself, I also commit to knowing it for others. I visualize each person and circumstance surrounded and filled and overflowing with the radiance of the great spiritual energy that is God. I know that this divine power of safekeeping is a dynamic presence of love and goodwill. True strength is a divine gift, part of the spiritual identity I share with all people. The light of God is a mighty force for good that guides, directs, and protects all people. I see divine radiance establishing a network of safety and well-being, bringing order and harmony to all conditions. We are lifted in the light of God. This is from Psalm 28, chapter 7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, so I am helped.
Amen. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Well, the minister in residence of this month doesn't need introduction. He has been here for a whole month as, what can I say, opening his heart to each one of us, delivering messages, teaching classes. What can I say? We have been blessed for your presence. It makes me a little bit, I cry like when I feel emotion. But we have been blessed with your presence, Jim. Thank you for saying yes to the calling of Spirit. As you well know, we are always called to serve, and you say yes. So thank you. Let us receive with an applause, but mostly with our heart, to Reverend Jim Lee.
Thank you. Hola. And they say down south, hi, y'all. So it is so good to be here for multiple reasons, but the main reason, besides the weather, besides the cost of living, and besides what I would call Mexico just surprising me, the ultimate here has been you all. So many spiritual light beings that I run into in Namaste and also outside of Namaste. The only thing that I can say is, it's such a draw and attraction. I'm looking like and feeling like one of the great actors of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he said, "I'll be back." So that's my intention. And so I went out last week and I went to a shirt shop and I said, "Oh, I like a shirt," like they didn't have it in my size. And they said, "Well, we can make you a shirt and we can embroider it for you and put a design on it. We could be ready in about 5 or 6 days." Ta-da! I'm taking this back with me to Las Vegas and say, "I'm Mexican, y'all." So I just want to start off by saying, or just inviting, is there anyone here for the very first time, or you haven't been here in a long time? Could you raise, and could you just stand for just a moment? So glad you all are here. Wow. And continue standing for just a moment. We're going to be passing out the Kool-Aid for your, no, we don't. What we want to do, though, is we want to zap you with love from our hearts that is genuine and sincere. So everyone here, if you don't mind, just rub your hands together, get a little heat going. You feel that? And now we're going to share this love with them. And so, Namaste, just repeat after me. We know who you are.
We know who you are.
We really see you. You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
A unique expression of the divine. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the divine in you. And that's all we got to say about that. Amen. Thank you. And also, we have some people on Zoom.
Yes.
So we're just going to check in with them. So, Namaste. I want you to say, hola. Bless you. We see you too. So today, I want to take a look at something. At reality. And sometimes when I look at it, especially through the window of the news programs and it's informing me of what's going on, it reminds me of a song by a Motown singer in 1971, a guy by the name of Marvin Gaye. So 1971 is probably before most of you all were born. But yeah. Somebody said, born again. He had a song out and it was entitled, What's Going On? What's going on? And one of the verses was, Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, Oh, my brother, it's too many of you dying. We've got to find a better way so that we can have some loving here today. The other verse is, Father, Father, you don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know, we've got to find a better way to bring some loving here today. That's ringing true for me right now. And it was valid 50 years ago. I am saying that we could use some of that here today. So I'm going to steer my conversation with you today to see if we can not have a pipe dream about it, but really we can be at cause in the matter to create something. So one of the things that I was just looking at, we got all this strife, stuff that's going on, and it's everywhere, and it appears to be with everybody. So a few years ago, right when the Gulf War was getting ready to take off, I was in the gym. I was working out 3 or 4 times a week, and one of the guys that I would see just regularly that worked out in the gym, I knew he was in ministerial school and he was in seminary to be a minister. And so we would have conversations and whatnot. I said, oh God, I sure hope we don't have to go to war. And he says, no, we need to go to war. I said, but wait a minute, when we go to war, you kill people. And last time I checked, wasn't there a commandment about that thing? You know, do not kill. And he said, oh, that doesn't pertain to Christians. What we can do, every Arab, Muslim, we need to eradicate them off the earth. And I'm just saying, you going to be a minister out talking to congregations with that? But also I realized, where did he get it from? He was being taught that in the school. Oh my goodness, we've got to find a better way to bring some loving here today. So sometimes we can say, we're going to leave it up to the politicians. Please don't hold your breath. Oh, the church leadership will do it. They're the main ones. Oh, we've got to find a way. Can we make this change? Well, when we really look at it through a mystical eye, metaphysical eye, of what's really going on, and what's going on, there is a breakdown of a former world order, a former consciousness, a former paradigm that's imploding and is breaking down. And we're in this in-between stage, and the new world order, the new paradigm, the one in which there's wholeness and beauty, hasn't come yet. So we're in this in-between stage. As in, some of you may have heard of Richard Rohr. Some of you have heard of him. He's got this quote that I like, and he says, where we are betwixt and between the familiar and the completely unknown, our old world left behind, while we are not yet sure of the new one. That's a good space where genuine newness can begin. I like how he's naming this, because it looks like, feel like hell on earth, and he's calling this a good space. So check this out. This is the sacred space where the old world is able to fall apart and a bigger world is revealed. If we don't encounter liminal space in our lives, we start idolizing normalcy. This liminal space that we're in now is God's waiting room. And what I'm saying is, God's waiting for us. We've got the juice. We've got the power. Where do I get that from? Matthew, 5th chapter, 13th verse. Jesus is talking to his disciples and he says, you are the salt of the earth. And nowadays, if I say you're salt, you would say, Jim, salt not good for you. High blood pressure. I mean, it causes, no, don't make me salt. Well, we're going to say that Jesus knew what he was talking about. What we're going to do is a hermeneutical transfer, as they say, and as we're going to take the concept of what Jesus was talking about and make it relevant for us today, because I assert that we, in fact, are the salt of the earth if we take a look at it how Jesus originally meant it. For you see, back then they didn't have refrigerators. 2,000 years ago, they didn't have the cooling system and ice back in the desert. The only thing that they had was salt. Salt preserved the meat. Salt gave flavor to the meat. Salt was savory, and from one distance to the next, salt transformed the essence of what was going on into the next one. And so as we take a look at that, we are the salt. And back then, a bag of salt was priceless, extremely valuable. So Jesus was telling his disciples, you are valuable, priceless, and you're the one that's going to carry it into the future. So you're salt, good kind of salt, that is here for a particular purpose, and we're going to carry something into the future. Now, as I was taking a look at the followers of Jesus and what they were doing, they were really talking about it's time to bring another paradigm in that is totally love, totally opportunity, time to bring something in. So this liminal space, my beloved brothers and sisters, I got a name for it. You ready for it? He calls it the liminal space. I call it the woo space. Woo. Woo. What is woo? Woo is a window of opportunity. That's what this present moment is, because this is what we have to deal with. Now, the thing of it is, this new world order that's coming in, we don't know what that future holds, but we know who holds that future. So our job now is to be in alignment. Our job is to be that salt in which we can be in this moment, woo. Now, woo is what I would call, in this particular moment, we realize that we've got potential, we've got power. And if we able to do one particular thing with our salt, and that is be love, I like, this came to me last night, I wrote this down, and it says, as we do this, we are holding the frequency and the vibration of consciousness that is seeking to manifest itself through us. So if we align with that, then there's power. But the thing of it is, we get caught up and hooked by all of the distractions and stuff, and we see this illusion, and we think that it is real, but there's something behind that that it is real. It reminds me of the story, and some of you have probably heard it. Two young boys, they were going to visit their grandfather out in Wyoming. If you don't know Wyoming, it has horses and all of that stuff. And sure enough, on their grandfather's farm, he had some ponies. So they're all excited about riding the ponies. And he said, but there's something you got to do. before you ride the pony. I know you all city boys, you all don't know this, but it's chores that got to be done around here. And they said, we'll do anything to ride the pony. So sure enough, okay, out in the barn, there's a whole bunch of manure. What you got to do is shovel all of that manure. Well, they got the forks and they started shoveling. One of the brothers, after a while, said, man, I'm not doing this. This stuff stinks, and I'm tired of this. And the other one kept on shoveling, kept on shoveling. And the other brother said, what the heck are you doing? Why are you still shoveling? He said, with all this manure, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. My beloved brothers and sisters, with all this poop that's going on, there's got to be a blessing in here somewhere. And there's another part of the story is what brought the poop was the very thing that they wanted to ride on. So what if the conditions that is going on right now is producing poop, but it is through love that we'll be able to ride it? I'm saying we got to ride the right horse. Right now, we're off into an illusions and getting caught up in it. One of my favorite teachers, and matter of fact, I worked with her for 2 years, Marion Williamson. She said, you know, we got to love, but we're not quite there yet. I said, yes, we are. We know how to love. She said, now think about this. If there is something valuable, and they've got all these alarm systems and guards and all of that, a thief and a criminal will stay up all night for months, analyzing, just trying to figure out how to steal that and how to get that. If there is something in their way that stops them, they will figure out a way to get around that to get at that. And what she was saying was, are we that determined with love? Are we that determined to bring forth everything that we have in us so that we can deal with whatever and still let love win so we have something to go to? So I assert that we are, and we have it. And right now, this is our woo moment. So everybody just say woo. Woo. Now, woo means that when something is really bad, horrible, and you don't like it, detestable, I said before, you would just say, you know what, this is so good that I'm just going to thank God that this happens. I'm just going to say, oh, goody. Well, when you say, oh, goody, sometimes it's challenging. And I've been there. Somebody has, some things have turned me upside down, but I thought about this. And I would sometimes have to say, oh, goody. And that's okay. But the thing of it is, as we have this window of opportunity, can we, with force and ability, not to create it, not to make it, we can allow love to come through. The last time I checked, if it was a boxing match with love on one side and a major enemy on the other side, over and over again, love would win. Love is undefeated. There's nobody that can defeat love. So let's bring it forward. And for those of you out there, some of you, of course, in miracles, every act of violence is a cry for what?
Love.
Absolutely. So what if we're not looking at this right? Everything that's going on is just a cry for love. Are we willing to be it? And I say that we are. And it's a new kind of love that I'm talking about, and that is, it's relentless, unstoppable. Just like a thief, we're flipping it around for good. So If you don't mind, just repeat after me. I know who I am.
I know.
I'm a child of God. I am unstoppable with pure love. That's so much the truth. With love in you. Listen. You may not remember who I am Monday morning or anything I just said. But just know you have love within you, and with that, you are unstoppable. Love is undefeated. Nobody, nothing, not any president, I don't care how many fingers that they think they've got on a button that can start a planet. You don't overrule the Almighty. And the Almighty is steeped in love. Now, what it's going to take is just a few good people like us to do this. And gone are the days where we had to do it by ourselves. Those days are gone. This is a collaborative effort. We're going to work with one another. So I'm inviting us to be in this together, all of us, including you that is on Zoom, you and our family too, to be committed to just allow love to flow. That's all we gotta do. We don't have to make it. It's already there. It's really your true identity. What you're doing is removing the blocks to let it flow all the time, not some of the time, and use it on yourself. When you make a mistake, I know you all don't, but I do. When you make a mistake, love yourself right back into wholeness. Don't let regret, past mistakes, who you think you are and you're not, get in the way of the truth of who you are. So I'm inviting us now to be like a Sangha. Sangha is a Buddhist term, and it's a beloved fellowship and just work together in one consciousness. So that in this consciousness vibration that we're creating now, for those of you who are Namaste, those of you who are visiting, it's all good, and the people on Zoom, we're going to vibrate at this thing called love together. And how we're doing that, we're going to allow each moment to be a woo moment. The past is a history. The future is a mystery. The only thing that we have is this moment. That's all we've got to work with, for real, when you think about it. And let this moment be a woo moment, and we can bring love all the time, everywhere, period. And how we're going to support each other, think about this. If I could give someone a compliment, and I had a problem with this when I was first in the ministry. I was doing my first couple of talks and people just loved it. And I was taught when someone gave you a compliment and a praise that you divert it, it's not good, you get a big ego, you get a big head, and nobody wants a minister with a big head. And so I decided I wasn't going to do that. And I was talking with Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, and he says, this is what I'd like for you to do. I went to a visit in Africa, and it was this tribe, and they had a unique way of handling a compliment. And it was this: when someone gave them a compliment, first of all, they said it is true. They said it is true because they want to acknowledge the person that said it. As the first thing you do, somebody gives you a compliment, it's true. Even though at the time your mind may be saying, what have they been smoking? Don't go there. See, it is true. Then you say, thank you. You are breathing in a moment of gratitude. But then they said, instead of it going to our head, to our ego, to this persona that will get all puffed up, we flip it and we say, my soul needed that. So how we're going to do in this particular Sangha or vibration of high consciousness that we're looking at moving forward, sometimes we could use some support. So every little thing we're going to use now to bolster us up so that we can keep on doing what we're doing. So if I look at Johannes and I said, oh my God, not only are you beautiful and gorgeous, but your spirit lightens us up. And she did it this morning a couple of times. I gave her a compliment and Jack gave her a compliment. She said, thank you. And I could tell it didn't go through her head. It should, but it didn't. So I'm inviting us, if you get a compliment, you don't have to go through the steps, but in your heart say, it's true. Thank you. My soul needed that. So repeat after me. It's true.
It's true.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My soul needed that.
My soul needed that.
Remember that now, because I'm getting ready to shoot some stuff at you. Let it go down to your very soul. Let your intellect do its thing. But I want you to feel this in your gut. And when I finish each statement, I want you to say, it is true. Thank you. My soul needed that. You are marvelous.
It's true. Thank you. My soul needed that.
You are fabulous.
It's true. It's true.
Thank you. My soul needed that.
You're awesome. It is true. Thank you. My
soul needed that.
You are a miracle. It is true.
Thank you. My soul needed that.
I am an unstoppable force on the planet.
It is true.
Thank you. My
Soul needed that.
let that set in. So the invitation is a spiritual practice. Build the vibration in this Sangha. We're going to feed this, the energy of the soul of this. If any one of us get a compliment, you don't have to go through the 3 steps, but you just think it in your head, because it may sound kind of strange. You're saying that to some people. Next thing you know, you're going to need a straight jacket. You could say it, but when you say thank you, I invite you to look in their eyes like you mean it. And you don't have to go through that, but you say into yourself, oh, it's so true. Thank you for being the light at this particular moment that feeds my soul, but also, you know, I'm going to feed this to my Sangha. And as you do that, you say, my soul, very soul, you just feel that your soul can thrive on that. Now, with this kind of juice, with every woo moment, we're now ready to bring it on. And one of Marvin Gaye's other songs was, let's get it on. Nike said, let's do it. So in order for us to go to this next level, you just got to be willing. And when you fall down, you make a mistake, somebody does something to you, and the next thing you know, you're waving at them with one finger. You take a moment, love yourself, bless yourself. How can I be then you get back on that pony and you realize that this was a woo moment, a window of opportunity, that whoever did that to you was there as a cry of love, so to bring out that love in you. But I'm inviting you to don't let it stop there. Know that every time you have this, you are really having a breakdown that's creating a breakthrough, and that they are inviting you to love. And once you love, my beloved, guess what? It's like I got these keys, right? And if I give it to somebody, I've got to have it first. So if you're going to love somebody, you're going to taste it first. There's no loser here. Now, of course, if somebody is, I would say, out of the way and mentally, emotional, or physically toxic and abusive, that's simple. You're going to love them. And sometimes you got to love them while they go to jail. You understand what I'm saying? But you still love them, but they just need to be in jail. Bless them. My thing. Okay, I'm over time, but I want to say something. Can I go on? Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. That's, oh, by the way, that's what they do in the Baptist church for real. But the minister there goes on for 3 hours. And then he says, can I go on? And some people say, yeah, Rev. Some people say, well, But anyway, Jack and I were on the board of directors. Unity Worldwide Ministry. We had a splinter group called the IMU, right, Jack? They were poop. They were lots of poop. They said derogatory things, personal things, negative things against Unity, but also the board. And our board was just saying, you know what? We don't have to take this. You all can go. And I was saying, you know what? I see you. You're trying to bring out the love in us. But some of our other board members said, you're touched. And I made this statement. You can't do anything for me to hate you. You can't say or do out anything in which I will not extend my boundary of love outward. What you're doing, you're causing me to love way beyond what I thought I could. And they did. I had to stretch out my love. So my thing is this. What's going on? An old paradigm is breaking down. What's going on? Something new is ready to emerge. What's going on in this moment, right here and right now, is your opportunity to love. Who's going to do it? Well, some of our world leaders do it. Our religious leaders do it. Politicians, you name them. No, my beloved, we're going to do this one. And when we do it with love, we become an unstoppable force. Now is the time. Everybody please rise for just a moment. If you're able to, if you're not, then sit where you are. I've given up pretty much coming up with my thoughts, trying to get to people. That worked at a particular time. Doesn't work for me anymore. What I want to do is feel it. Went to Jamaica and this reggae band got ready to start and the lead singer came out and he said, oh, stop. Me no feel it. They started up again. He said, stop. Me no feel it. They started up a third time and I felt it. Oh my God. It was in my soul, in my gut. The music was there. And then he started singing. So I want us to feel this. Intellectually, what I just said, let it just pass through. What I'm really after is you feel it. So close your eyes, touch your heart if you can, and if it works for you, take a full deep breath. Exhale. You too on Zoom. Repeat after me. I am an unstoppable force of love in my life and in the world. I am incredible, unstoppable, fabulous, awesome looking, child of God. Take a full deep breath. Exhale. And let this sink down into your soul. Feel it in your gut. You know at the heart of this, you are loved. Now, we have permission to let it flow. And so it is. Amen. You may be seated. Well, my beloved brothers and sisters, this is it for me. Won't be doing another service for a while. My month is up. I thought it was going to be kind of weird that I was going to be the minister of the month, and I'm saying, wow, these people are going to get chocolate as the flavor of the month. And you all just ate it up. All unity ministers are unique and special, and they have their own way of being. The next ministerial team that comes in are going to be absolutely awesome because that's the way we roll. And I am so thankful to James. Oh God, James Twine. He is definitely awesome to create this opportunity for Namaste to be, but then also create it so that Jack and Johannes could be here to say, let's put in a little bit of unity in this too, and let's work together, live together, pray together. And so now, with that, I'm so excited. Johannes asked me to do the offering. Come forward, just thank you. You, yeah, please. You stand for prosperity and abundance. You stand for universal presence of love.
Yes.
So feel that, and I just want you to say, it is true. Thank you, my soul needed that.
It is true. Thank you. My soul needed that.
Yeah. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to take up an offering, but it's not an offering, it's a love offering. If you feel so moved, give. If you don't feel it, don't give it. Just say, me no feel it. It's good. And if you do decide to give, just know that you're going to be blessed because you're giving in love. To give just to give doesn't work. Give in love is something else. Then the other thing, if you don't give and you wish you could give, put that there. Say, I don't have it, but I wish I could. That works too. That's the vibration I'm talking about. There's no losers here. Not trying. I went to a church in which they posted up what everybody gave. Now, wasn't that special? So I'm going to invite James to do that. So we're not doing it. So take whatever you have in your hand. We're going to bless it. feel it, and just know that love is the way that's now guiding you to give. And with that, there is a harmonious exchange that's taking place. We name it and claim it. And so it is. Amen. There was a,
Thank you.
you all, well, some of you may know this guy by the name of Flip Wilson. He was a little comedian. And Flip Wilson said he went to this church and the preacher was really motivating the people to give. And he said, we're ready to go places and do things. But before we go places and do things, we might have to crawl. And the deacon said, let's crawl, man. Let's crawl. And then when we start moving, we stop crawling, then we're gonna start walking. Oh, let it walk, Rev. Then he said, when we start walking, this church is gonna run. Yes, let it run. But before we get ready to fly, you got to give. The deacon said, let's crawl, Rev. Sorry. I'm so glad that you all are not saying that. We have now a special time. We take this, everything that you have given, and repeat after me. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
For your ever increasing, unceasing flow of absolute good in my life now. Amen. So, what else do I have to do? I think I'm done, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Excuse me? Wow, let us give an applause to no, actually, let's give him a blessing. Let's, yes. And we say, Jim, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ as you. And we see you doing even greater things. Amén, 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 y punto. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Well, beloved ones, next Sunday, people are asking me, oh, who is the next minister? We have a surprise that you are going to love it. Jack, you don't know this, but I will tell you later. There is something that you don't want to miss. I will tell you later what is this. You are going to be, wow, I wish I were there. So our Zoom audience also, you are going to enjoy something that is going to happen this coming Sunday. So thank you very much all. Are we ready for the prayer for protection? We please stand up and we send this beautiful loving energy as Jim invited us to be, as we say together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is and all is well. Amen, 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 y punto. Yes. So